Hello and welcome. This is Sensei Tony Zaffino of the Sensei Fightwear channel. Today we have a special guest with us. He is not a fighter per se in the aspect that he gets in a ring in karate, jiu-jitsu, or MMA. He's a fighter in a whole different type of circumstance. Unfortunately, on the day of July 18th, 2019, his daughter was a victim of a home invasion. So today what we're going to do is we're going to have a different kind of broadcast than we usually have. He is going to have the floor for now, and we're going to ask him a few questions about that horrific day. So Mr. Kendall, if you don't mind, in your own words, would you like to say or express or talk about what had happened on that day before you had found out about this, during, and after? So go ahead and share your story with us if you would be so kind. And thank you for being here.
Thank you, Tony. All right, so on that particular day, on July 18th, it was the day after Layla's birthday. So, of course, as a parent, you go over there and spend time with your child on her birthday. And I had told her I was going to come get her the following day. So that particular day, I went to work, a regular work schedule for me, and I called her when I got off work. I let her know, hey, I'll be coming to pick you up, in an hour. She said, okay. I asked her what she was doing. She said she was playing the game. I said, cool, regular general conversation. So shortly after that hour, I gave her a call, and she didn't pick up, and I called several times, and she still didn't pick up, and so I figured, hey, maybe she dozed off, or she don't hear her phone, anything like that, and so I stuck around, waiting for a phone call. Then a neighbor of mine had called and said, hey, my wife is going into labor. I need to try to get to the hospital. Can you help me? I said, okay. I figured, while I was still out, I took him to the hospital, gave her a phone call while I was then on the road. And by the time I got home to put my key in the door, I received a phone call indicating that she had been shot. So at that point, I'm pretty frantic. I'm like, hey, what do you mean? I was just calling her. She's not picking up the phone. They said, hey, she was over a friend of hers house who lived directly behind her grandparents' house, because at the time that's where she was at, her grandparents' house, and they was over there, and that she was being air flighted to the hospital. At that point, I took off, made it to the hospital. When I got to the hospital, I asked them, did they have a shot victim, a 12-year-old shot victim that just came in. They told me yes. I went back there and saw her. She was on the table. I was like so in a panic. I fell out, and I fell out. When I came to, I had the police and the doctors and everybody surrounded me, asking me questions like, hey, do I know what was going on? Obviously, I told them I didn't know what was going on. I was actually calling her, trying to pick her up. Last thing that I heard from her was she was at her grandparents' house playing the game. Just unfortunate situation that happened. So when I got a little bit more of the story, she was actually at a friend's house who lives directly behind her grandparents, playing a video game, trying to beat the different levels. And it's a kid that she has actually grew up with, friends of the family. She very rarely even goes over there. The kid normally comes over to the grandparents. And so, somebody came to their house and sprayed close to 100 rounds, between 80 to 100 rounds into the house. And she was struck in the neck, paralyzing her for now, from the belly button down. So it's 12-year-old daughter, Um, she's been through a lot. She remembers everything. She remembers her being in the house. She remembers what she was doing at the time of the shooting. She remembered the helicopter ride. She remembered the ambulance ride. She remembers everything to the point where she got to the hospital. So they did have surgery that prior morning. That was surgery was at 9 o'clock a.m. They kept her all the way throughout the night. She came back that following morning at 1 a.m. So she was in surgery from 9 a.m. to 1 a.m. And the good thing about this tragic situation is she survived. She survived everything. She's mentally tough. This was her breakout year um, for her basketball career. She's been playing ball ever since she was 5 years old. Um, she was in middle school, so this was her middle school year to finally start and advance her career in that, and just have a huge community support. And I thank you for just the time. Like I said, it was just an unfortunate situation. I feel like even though she's still here, a lot of her hopes and dreams, have been shattered in a way, but she's still able to do a lot and go on. It's just a different way of living for her through a wheelchair, which brings on a total amount of stress. Also gives you a better gratitude of life and the things that really mean the most. Like I say, there's no police leads. Nobody has been caught. Just really nothing that has turned this situation into a positive situation where I could go back and tell her that, hey, the people that did this, they're behind bars. And actually, somebody came back by that same particular house maybe 2 nights ago and shot the house up again. So really,
You're kidding me.
No way. So really, I don't know what's really going on. So just looking for community support, and just to continue to fight on a daily basis. We do go. She is at the hospital, and we're getting ready to head to Florida for some extensive surgery, not surgery, rehab, some therapy, to try to get her back to our original state. Like I said, she's doing well though. She's super positive, still has the will and the drive to help and do others. It's just that time. You just look at a 12-year-old and just ask, how strong can you really be? But
how do you feel like that this has changed her? I know you talked a little bit about it just now, but how has this changed her? What progress has she made from the time she was first there until now, emotionally and physically? Have you seen a positive change emotionally and physically with the rehab?
Yeah, well, she's super positive and have the will to, want to be able to do the things that she could do. And she has had a lot of positive feedback off of her therapy that she's been through. She's getting stronger every day.
Good.
On a daily basis, mentally too as well. But she does have challenging days? Yeah, I'm quite sure she does. She's pretty frustrated at times, but she does a good job of holding things together, and I appreciate her for that because it builds strength in me as well.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't imagine it as a parent going through anything like that. I don't know what you're feeling right now, what she's feeling. I mean, like I said, I couldn't imagine it. Has she regained any type of feeling in her legs at all? Like, has she regained anything that you know of?
She does have like a
tingle, anything?
Tingle, sensation.
That's a positive sign. Was that there before?
No, it wasn't. Actually came apart, throughout a therapy and her recovery. And like she could say, like, like my feet hurt, or if socks are too tight, she can say, "Hey, it's too tight on my leg." So she does have some type of
That's,
feeling.
I mean, that's good. That's positive. You
Mm-hmm.
know, have the doctors said that there's any chance of her regaining her ability to walk?
Yeah, because she's a minor, they said that um, it's a 50-50 chance, really. They did say that she have a good chance because she's younger,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
she'll be able to grow into that. So it does take a little bit of time. Like I said, it happened in July, and so 6-7 months, for the body to heal with that type of injury, kind of takes a little while.
I couldn't imagine how long that would take. So you basically said and I know this is not like a thing to be like, oh, that's great that she was young and this happened. Obviously, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like the good part about this is this unfortunate incident happening that her being young has gave her a better chance of recovery. Is that basically
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Basically they kind of just left it in the open. They say, hey, could wake up one day and everything is back normal. Or that could be the way she, could be for the rest of her life. So just kind of just
But we're hoping that's not going to be the case.
correct.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just hard for her and you to be as strong as you've been consistently, but I know that it seems like you being the type of father you are and the type of little girl she is, that I think that you're gonna be okay. I
Yeah,
really
yeah,
do.
yeah.
You know.
Like I said, we have great community support, family support, wife support. You
Has
know.
this tragedy strengthened your faith in any way?
Oh yeah, tremendously. Not only that, by me being in the hospital with her for 6 months, she's also around other people that is going through life challenges as well. Just the simple things that we go through that we used to be able to do, they're no longer able to do that off of a freak accident. It could be a diving accident, it could be a car accident, it could be anything life altering that, could change your life. And I think sometimes people take for granted, but just really gave me strength. Now, I get a lot of my strength to her as well, and super increase my faith in the Lord.
That's great, and that's great. I mean, I'm trying to talk in a positive way here. It's just heartbreaking hearing this because a few of these things I didn't know about until you started talking to me just now. So I mean, I'm just kind of flabbergasted by it. Would you like to talk a little bit about this?
Oh yeah, yeah. Young American Christian School. Their girls basketball team, they did very well this year. They actually made it to state, and they dedicated their season for the fight with Layla. And so I thought that was super cool, super nice. I was super proud of the girls. Um, like I say, it's her teammate that she played AAU ball with that attends this school, and we were just super honored of the support that they gave as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. So I mean, that's great that she goes to a Christian school and that they show her that kind of support. I mean, that's unbelievable that her team dedicated that to her. And you said they went to state, correct?
Correct. Well, actually, she doesn't attend the school.
Mm-hmm.
One of her players did.
Oh, okay.
They attended that school.
Oh, okay, I
And
get
so,
it now. Okay.
by they being good close friends, they was able to.
Wow, so they're from a different school and they put that together for her.
Yes,
That's
sir.
amazing. Yeah, that's a nice school. I know it's located here in Conyers, so
Correct.
that's great. So again, like I said, if you have any information on, I like to call them people, but these human beings that possibly have anything to do with this incident, please, of course, for foremost, let obviously your local police department know about it. It's one thing that, it being an adult on adult crime, and I mean, no crime is good crime, obviously, but the fact being that there's grown gentlemen or women that had anything to do with shooting a 12-year-old girl is beyond disgusting. It's nothing to be happy about. It's nothing to boast about. There's nothing good about it. If it's a family member or friend, there's nothing really to understand that they did this for any type of reason that is commendable in any way, shape, or form, and it needs to be taken seriously. They did this once, and unfortunately, I think that they'll do it again. He's already said that somebody had visited the house a couple days ago, so this is something that doesn't need to be reoccurring. So if you have any information, please let your local police department know about this, because it's very, very serious. We don't want anyone else to get hurt. All right. Also, why don't we go over some social media platforms? If people want to contact you with any information or want to express their good wishes, or you also have a GoFundMe page for any donations, how can they contact you? What are your social media platforms that they can go about that? Would you like to talk about that?
Oh, yeah. So, my Facebook page is Smooth Kendall. That's SMOOTHKENDALL. We do have a private group Facebook page for Layla. That page is also on Facebook. So that page is Fight. Is it Fight with Layla?
There's Fight for Layla and there's Fight with Layla.
Okay.
And I think the Facebook GoFundMe is Fight for Layla.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So
it's okay. It's a little nerve-wracking. You gotta understand, everybody, that this program wasn't auditioned. This is something that a father's gone through a tragedy, and I think he's done a very good job expressing what has happened so far. So things aren't going to be crisp on this interview, so don't worry about it. It's not a problem. The hashtag for your Instagram page is hashtag Fight Like Layla. You're not going to be able to see it right now, but it's Fight Like Layla, Layla. Also, like you said, the GoFundMe page is on Facebook, and we will obviously put that on the screen later so you get that information. Any other social media outlets or anybody that you want to give a special thanks to before we close out our program today?
Yeah, I just want to, first off, thank you.
Oh, it's no problem. Any way I could help you.
Yes, sir.
And also, before you continue, I'd like to say that Sensei Fightwear would like to give you a $100 donation to the Fight Like Layla or Fight with Layla cause for the GoFundMe page for Facebook, and we will do that this week. We'll put that in your account to go towards your goal.
Awesome. Man.
Okay. It's not a lot, but we have to do. Everybody should be able to do their part in this. So. Is there anybody you'd like to thank, or any special?
I just want to thank my family. Thank Lord and Savior being ahead of my life. I want to thank the community, my friends, even the people that I don't know that supports this tragic situation. I just also want to thank everybody. Just continue to keep Layla in your prayers and family for strength and guidance along these troubling times as well.
Well, I'd like to say in closing, thank you very much for being on here today. We send all of our best wishes, prayers, and good thoughts with your daughter and your family. I usually close out by saying, "Who's your sensei?" Obviously, the way we always end our program. But we'll just say, at the end of the day, just, hold your family close, appreciate all the loved ones that you have next to you, and know that life is short, and appreciate every moment. Thank you, and God bless you. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.